If you think of social conditioning, when you come into this world, as a kid, you need to quickly get your bearings on how things work to survive. You need to figure out, okay, what's going on here? What are the rules? Okay, so you don't fucking die. There are two ways that we learned. You learn either through first-hand experience or second-hand experience. Okay, and this goes really deep. It's huge. First-hand experience is you try something. If you're like, oh shit, that makes a sound and it hurts a little. You did it. You learn. Done. Now if you do this, that'll happen. But you can't go test everything yourself. You don't have enough time. So what you're going to do is you're going to look to other people, secondhand experience. And you're going to look at other people at how confident they are, how certain they are on what they're telling you, and how much authority they have. So if right now I told you, say you never did this firsthand, and I'm telling you, hey, if you do this, it'll make a sound and it'll hurt a little. You're going to be like, how certain is he? Is he certain? If I'm like, if you do this, it'll make a sound? You're probably not going to accept it as like truth. So you're like, okay, is he certain? How much authority? Now here, just in this environment, I have a certain amount of authority because I'm in front talking. So you'll be more likely to believe something I say than someone in the audience. That's one form of authority. Another form is if everyone here agrees with me. If we've all turned towards you, we're like, yep, he's right. If you do this, and everyone's certain, you're going to accept it as truth. Now as a kid, that'll mean you're going to look at, say, different environments, say on the playground with your friends. What all your friends believe, you're going to kind of take on and kind of adapt to that because there's a lot of authority behind it and very like that certainty. And parents, school teachers. Your parents have a lot of authority. They're your fucking parents. So you come into the world, you're looking at them like, okay, what's going on to get your bearings. And this is where you form a lot of what we call core beliefs or definitions, if you will. You'll make a lot of assumptions. So something that's super common, and this is why, people get in the same type of relationships that their parents had. So if your parents like always fighting, you're going to keep being drawn to these fighting relationships, be it romantically or friendships or work relationships. A super common one is your boss is your dad. Anyone ever have that? Like you feel like your boss is like your fucking dad type thing? No? Boss, different friendships, your girlfriend's your mom. I'm fucking around. But the same type of dynamic, And you just keep being drawn back to that because what happens is, again, conscious, subconscious, you look at your parents for love and that's love. And you tell yourself, okay, this is love. You assume it. And then that's taken care of. Let's keep on learning. And you keep taking action from this assumption. And then you keep building beliefs on top of beliefs, on top of beliefs, all from that assumption. Love equals fighting. Love equals drama. Love equals chaos. Love equals abandonment. If they say they divorce or they leave or there's no parent. Love equals abandonment. And then that's done. Let's keep acting. So it's staying alive. It's being reinforced and you're investing in it. And we have a lot of these beliefs, like these really core beliefs or assumptions that we don't even know are there because they've just always been there. There's so much on it, like we're so invested that we don't even want to know they're there and we don't even want to question them. Because questioning them kills your ego that's been acting on it for so long. And if you question them, what happens? If this isn't true, then maybe all of this shit isn't true either. And it all fucking crumbles. So you're going to keep ignoring it and you're going to keep looking for new, things in the world to reinforce it. It's like that self-fulfilling prophecy type thing. This runs you. And this is why we keep being pulled back to certain things. I want a healthy relationship where everything's nice and peachy. Yet, you keep having these destructive ones full of drama. That was me to some extent too, where I'd get in a relationship and when things would get too well, like they'd go too well, I'm like, this is bad, it's boring. Or I'd rationalize like, she'll leave me if it's too well, and just start up shit. If you're someone who, for example, looked to love and it's like abandonment, you're going to keep going for people who are just unavailable. You'll fall in love with a girl who just won't like you, or a girl who's in a relationship, or a girl who can't be with you. And that's like the type of girls you're just drawn to. The same down here for even where you stand socially, like your identity, your sense of, say, status or self-worth. We kind of have it where if you think, say this is like your default, like who you are, anything above this, nope. Anything below this, nope. This is you in here. That's established like when you're young. It's like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I deserve. Now you want to be healthy, but if you're healthier than this, nope, that's bad. And you'll find a way to go back to this. If you make more money than this, whoop, that's bad. You'll find a way back. And it'll be very subtle. Like again, say we take that vitamin example, the supplements. That shit's fucking expensive. Yet you can justify spending all that money because, hey, it's for my fucking health, man. I want to live till I'm, 94. So it makes sense, but then you're spending money to get back to what you think you deserve. That happened to me when, again, I first started traveling and, teaching this shit. Like I went from, people think I moved to LA and started directly teaching this, but that's not true. I moved to LA and spent like a good year or so, year and a half. Shit jobs, just broke as fuck. Like going homeless almost every week. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And then out of the blue, you're like, whoa, traveling the world doing this? You're like, what the fuck? And that money would be gone. No matter how much I made, I'd make a little bit more. I'm like, you know what? I just need to calculate my budget. If I need more than that, then I'll be good. I make more than that, and then I find a way to fucking spend it. And it makes complete sense. If you ask me, I'm like, oh, well, of course I need to spend it, because it's this. It's the vitamins. I need to live. You keep being pulled back to this all the time. With health, for me, it was the same thing. My identity was, I can't be healthier than this. Now, that went even deeper, because what I identified, like subconsciously, I wasn't consciously aware of it until I brought my awareness to it, is I kind of viewed myself as the destructive artist type of dude. And for the destructive artist, he can't really fully succeed because you're destructive. So I can't be fully healthy or it goes against me being destructive. So I do these little sprints like, let's use willpower, be a little healthy, but then eventually pulled back to this. No matter what, you just keep being pulled back. And that's what also causes a lot of frustration and where self-sabotage comes from. In reality, it's not self-sabotage. It's part of you that doesn't want you to surpass this. Consciously, we think, I'm self-sabotaging. But you're self-sabotaging for a good reason. Part of you thinks it's good to keep you down here. So it's not really self-sabotage. I mean, it is and it isn't. Consciously, I want to be healthy. You don't deserve to be healthy. Keep being pulled back, keep being pulled back, keep being pulled back. And there's all these rifts between what we want and what runs us. And this has way more charge because it's been active for so long. There's so much reinforcing it, so much charge behind it. It fucking runs you. And it's crazy. We think that we change. We think we get in personal development and we really change. But underneath it all, we're still kind of there. And we just keep being pulled back. And that's fucking scary to think about, but that's like 99% of people. New Year's resolutions. Who here makes, let's be fucking healthy. It's New Year's. Pulled back. This year's the year, guys. Gonna fucking hit my goals, make the money. Nothing happens. Little sprint, pulled back. And then you go through your life. Little sprint, pulled back. Little sprint, pulled back. Little sprint, pulled back. And nothing changes. And you keep convincing yourself, next year, man. Next year. Next year. Nothing happens. And then you come up with your excuses, your rationalizations to feel good about it. You're like, well, it's because of this. Oh, it's because it doesn't work for me. Oh, it's because all of that is a myth. It doesn't work anyway. Keep being pulled back. The same with what type of romantic partner you deserve to be with. Everyone right now, if I ask you, what's your ideal girl? It's like, Jessica Alba, Megan Fox, like all these like say celebs, like you have your ideal girl. You think that's what you'd want, but if you got her, you'd probably freak out first of all, and you'd ruin the relationship because if it's above this, you don't think you deserve her. The same with how much love you can get or compliments you can get. Crazy. Ask yourself, or just notice next time someone compliments you. It's like, hey, I like your shirt. How do you react? Are you like, oh, thanks? Or, oh, yeah, I guess so. Oh, it's not that cool. Do you brush it off? Do you feel comfortable if someone compliments you? Yes or no? The answer is no. Again, it's because you're getting more than what you think you deserve. And that stuff, that's what you got to dive into. And once you go deep in your subconscious, and what's scary is like, you don't even know what's down there, by the way. That's what's kind of fucking scary. It's just been there for so long. It's like so far out of sight because you don't even want to question it. That's you get full control over your life. Because we think we have free will, but in reality, you have free will in terms of the micro, but not the macro. Meaning, the micro is right now I can clap. Do I have free will? Fuck yeah, I can clap, everyone. But in the macro, you keep being pulled back to your default, this. This is Julien, and welcome to Transformation Master.
It was fucking amazing.
This was huge for me. This was so important.
This gave me by far the greatest epiphanies I've ever had.
And we got like real deep, and I found some issues within myself.
One of the best things I've seen so far in my life.
What you're about to experience going through this program is what completely changed my life on every single level. Okay, be it health, wealth, relationships, higher purpose, you name it. This is the stuff that finally produced that true, long-lasting personal transformation we're all after.